We're back. This is P. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now. That way you'll be up to date with all our latest unboxing and review videos. So today is May the 28th, 2025. Woo Wednesday, as in Wu-Tang Wednesday. So comment below some of your favorite Wu-Tang songs or members. And yeah, that's what we're gonna vibe to a little bit today. Keeping that in mind, you already see what it is in the title. So we finally got a Grail, one of my favorite sneakers, if not my favorite, in hand. And we have several more on the way. This one I actually secured through access granted with Finish Line, which today, if you're a member or have an account with Finish Line, you should have access granted if you placed any orders before in the past and gained rewards points for the Jordan 3 Rare. Yeah, the Jordan 3 Air Rare, which is sort of like the black cement with some hits of blue and red. Nike Air on the back. One of them's flip. It's going to be a release this Saturday for full run. So that's for the family and adults, kids, youth, all of that. But if you want to make sure that your pair is going to be secure for shipping, or if it's like store pickup with Hibbits or something like that, you definitely want to enter now for the raffles. So that's for same day pickup, and you choose the closest location or location of your choice. Maybe you're out of town or on vacation or something like that. You have to plan this stuff because you never know how the game goes with these Jordans. It's a clean sneaker. It may sell out in your size. It may sell out in your size online, or if you're ordering it for a family member, a friend, graduation gift, birthday gift, or whatever. So if that's the case, make sure you get your raffles in as soon as possible. But right now, it's all about the Jordan 4 OG white cement. Yeah. So first, I want to give a shout out to my day one YouTube subscribers. I definitely appreciate the love and support. We started the channel in 2014, and if you're a day one YouTube subscriber or been following for years or subscribed for years, just comment in the section. I definitely appreciate that. But if you've recently subscribed or getting ready to subscribe, make sure you click the notification bell. That way you'll have an alert on your mobile device, whether it's your smartphone, your smartwatch, your tablet, whenever we upload new content, which is going to be quite often. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Crispy box. I can feel the weight of the box, and this is a size 10. So most of the sneakers that I order is going to be true to size 9.5 or 10. And I think I ordered maybe 4. I had a chance to getting 5 pair. Some are for friends, some of course are the flip. And then I have like a size 7 youth on the way for one of my friends. So you have your black lid with your Jumpman, that's representing Michael Jordan, Air Jordan from the free throw line with the Jordan 3, slam dunking the basketball, classic, iconic, GOAT, greatest of all time in the NBA on a professional level. You have Flight underneath of that to give it that true 1989 vibe. And under the black top lid, you have this gray cement on the bottom half of the shoebox. And on this side, you have an infrared, I think, the Nike, the swoosh, and the Air. All right, so we have the Air Jordan 4 Retro, Summit White, Fire Red, size 10, which will convert in a size 11.5 in women's. So the last time we saw this release, the last time I've had this pair in hand was the 2016, which if I still had, I could have gave you guys a side-by-side detailed review, but I'll try to remember. I have saw a couple of images and differences and stuff like that in videos, but I try not to really get too much insight. I sort of wanted it to be a surprise. I can smell the leather inside of the box. So you have the cement print paper. You Comment below how many of you all was able to pick these up in person on the release date. Shout out to my friend Jay Boogie. He pulled up today. He had on the cherry red 11s, and I asked when he was on the way, did he bring his just in case I didn't receive mine? But luckily I stopped at the post office and yay, fire. And let me make sure this one is from Finish Line. So we'll take a look at the next one. Oh, super nice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, do we have the keychain? Yeah, we have the hang tag. Not really a keychain, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So we're going to take it back to 1989 for a second. This is going to be the Jordan 4, which the number symbolizes the amount of seasons that Michael Jordan played. So this is the 4th season, the 4th release. Michael Jordan from the University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels, I said Carolina Blue, and they won a championship in 1982. He was drafted to the Chicago Bulls for his rookie season in 1984, 1985, where you had the Chicago 1 colorway released, Tinker Hatfield, and several other OG colorways. So when we say OG colorways, it's going to be colors that Michael Jordan actually wore on the court during his career with the Chicago Bulls, and returning after his second retirement to the Washington Wizards. And the throwback team was the Washington Bullets, if you ever see that jersey. So you're going to see white and black, white, black, and red, variations of that, or all black. Like we're going to they're going to release the Jordan 4 Black Cats this autumn as well. Not an OG colorway, but I'm hearing that it may have the Nike era treatment on the back, on the heel tab. But back to these. So these released in 2016. They was retroed, and I think they was $200. And if I recall, they released in early spring, maybe. And I kept mine for a long time and resold mine for like $425, $450. The one pair that I had, and just having these in hand, and they just feel solid. I mean, the crazy thing is, and I may do a comparison video between this one and the bread, not the Reimagined. I recently just sold it, but I have the last original bread release from like 2018 or 19 maybe. They are VNDS, and just give you guys a little side-by-side comparison. But these are crisp. Yeah, I gotta take the glasses off to see this. So what I want to see is the actual shade, because I'm seeing some images where the sneaker compared to the last release is not as frost white, like glacier crispy ice. Like it's almost like not even close to an eggshell or ivory, just not that bright white. But these look so good in hand. It's the only way I can explain it. I don't know if for some of you younger sneakerheads, you know what the Jordan 4s are, and you have releases such as your White Thunders, your Red Thunders, your Yellow Thunders, and all these other ones, and they're reimagined, but maybe, you just got into the game and these haven't re-released and you haven't saw them in hand. Hopefully, when you get a chance to obtain these, it's not just like you've been getting shoes every year, every release. Maybe if this is something that, can resonate with you, whether it's for your birthday or something like that, or one of your first Jordan 4s, or if you've seen images of it, but if you go on StockX or GOAT, you're not trying to spend 400 or 500 for whatever reason, if it's not affordable or not in the budget. But these hit crazy. So we're going to start from the outsole, and we have gray herringbone traction on the heel, which leads to the white in the middle, almost like a varsity red. Let me make sure. Fire red. So we have the fire red, which is a little bit darker than your infrared or gem red. Then you have your black herringbone traction above, separated by the red herringbone traction where the ball of your foot is, and your distinctive stars in the gray. Your midsole will start from the heel where you have the iconic visible air unit, where you can see all the way through, which is clear. And they started the visible air unit with the Jordan 3, then with the Jordan 4, obviously, the 5, and the 6. Even though the insole with the outsole, all of the Air Jordans have an air unit in it, but visible. So you get the visible air unit, the Nike Air on the heel, you get the ankle support up here with the black honeycomb eyelids, eye stars. You have your gray cement gray elephant print towards the front in the rear and wraps around the heel. And on the pull tab, Nike Air in black, rubberized, everything is rubberized. Keep in mind, we got the Pure Money all white Jordan 3s releasing. Yeah, the Jordan 3s. I almost said Jordan 4. But we do have the Fear. Not the Fear 4s, but the Flight. Yeah, the Take Flight 4s, which is that olive green, black, and orange. I'm just getting so hype. I'm all over the place. There's so many releases. We got the Grape 5s. But yeah, back to these. So you have your mesh on the outer and the medial side, and starting at the tongue and working its way back about halfway. And what this screen or mesh is to make the shoe more light and ergonomic, because it is on a professional level. It's a basketball sneaker in 1989. So yes, it's heavier than your modern sneakers and your LeBrons, your KDs, and other Nikes. But your Kobe Bryants, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, and some of even the newer ones. But this was the technology that was used. And just the color blocking. I mean, it's not even blocking, it's just like the upper is full grain leather and it's summit white, hits of gray and black, so it's going to match up well with everything you wear, from denim to black jeans, if this is casually, to sweatpants, tech fleece, jerseys, jersey shorts. It's just a great shoe overall. It's so crispy, and I would have loved to have this, a Jordan 4 in high school. But it just takes you back to other kids that was fortunate enough. You may have had on some Converse, LA Gears in 1989, some Jordashes, or, some cool Adidas or other brands, Reeboks. But, the cool cat at the bus stop, shout out to Stinky, had these on with the hang tag, and as a kid seeing it, and the Nike Air on the back, just fire, pepper, flames. So the tongue, the images that I saw, this black behind the tongue is sort of like above the leather a little bit, where you can see a little strip of it on previous releases. So this one is below it, so it's just a clean cut. And then upside down is the Air Jordan behind the tongue. And it's plush. The sock liner is white. Don't have your traditional shoe trees is just stuffed with paper. The insole is black with Nike Air in red. Super fire, super clean in my opinion. And of course you got a little hump right here because of the layers of leather and this piece that had to go across it. And the thing about it is, when we're dating back to the original release, for one, check out the movie Air. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. And it tells the history of how, Nike was able, and Michael Jordan, they all got together and he got the endorsement deal and the process of it. It released maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And also check out The Last Dance. It was originally released on ESPN and then Netflix. So you should be able to find that. And it just gives a history of Michael Jordan. If you know the name, you saw some clips from YouTube, but you just want to get, educated and just get a sense of the nostalgia from that era. You see the aesthetic and the craftsmanship of this particular shoe. Hands down, this particular colorway, the white cement Jordan 4, is my favorite. And sometimes it ties with a Jordan 11, whether it's the Space Jam or the Concorde or something like that. But it's hard of course the Jordan 11, #1 selling Jordan of all time, is the Christmas sneaker. This year we're going to have the Gammas releasing along with 3 other colorways, or maybe more than 3. But then we got a 11 low releasing on Sneakers X, on Sneakers and StockX and GOAT and all of that. Right now it's like a white and pastel green low cut. I think it's a women's, if I'm not mistaken, for the spring. But as far as Jordan 4s, white cement, bread, if I only had to choose 3, that's it. That's all I really need. So it's definitely a 10 out of 10. As far as comfort, you gotta think it's heavier. It's true to the original 1989 release. So it's not lightweight. You have your flat out sole. So just the technology is different for just casually wearing. A lot of individuals say that the Jordan 4 is not comfortable. I suggest going true to size, maybe a half size up, depending on the shape of your foot, if it's wide or narrow. If you go up a full size, because your size may be sold out and you're just like, I gotta get it. I gotta purchase this sneaker. I gotta obtain it any kind of way. Then you may risk a little bit of creasing in the toe box area. I don't know how this shoe would feel for long periods of standing on super hard surfaces, or like in a daily work environment where you're on concrete or something like that. Lots of standing. But if you're just in class or in school or a student, or you're on carpet, probably hardwood, asphalt, concrete, something like that, this was made to be comfortable. But I don't know about like a concrete surface. So I know a lot of people like to wear their Jordans to work and stuff like that, fresh fits depending on the job. So just be aware. You will know after the first day. But as far as style, look, and what this shoe means to the sneaker culture, hands down, when you know, you know. So I definitely suggest, if you're trying to start a collection, hey, if you missed it on retail, for the retail price of $225 plus tax, and always if you're ordering online, shop through Rakuten, and then also get your receipts synced from your emails to Fetch, so you get some Fetch rewards. If you purchase in store, get your receipts, upload them to Swagbucks or something like that. But these are reselling. I know for a fact at sneaker shops and boutiques, that's why they purchase multiple pairs, to make a profit, to make a living, to pay the overhead, to buy more sneakers, to pay their staff. These are around 320 at most that I'm seeing, and it may rise as time goes on. It's funny how the sneaker game has been thus far. We've had OG releases last year to sit for a while, like the cement threes, the black cement threes, and the Jordan 11 Legend Blue really didn't hold that much value at Christmas. So I think this is a good one to have in the collection. It should probably hit just as hard as the black metallic 5s, and we may see a restock, right? So it's up to you and your budget if you want to wait for a restock and risk it, or if you wasn't able to obtain these and you have to pay the $300, maybe you're prepared for that financially. But overall, great shoe, great sneaker, great athletic shoe. It's good to go. Orange chain tag, and you have your flat white laces. If you was to install some different laces, a lace swap. If you wanted to make it pop, I don't know if you want to go with some gray laces, maybe. I don't know if you would want to do the red. It would be up to you, but for me, I like it with the white. I like keeping it crisp on this pair. You may want to try some black ones. Comment below if you're going to install some black laces. But yeah. All right, we'll get a close-up, and then guess what? It's time for a versus battle. Crispy. Alright, let's get this versus battle. Alright, so as I mentioned, the versus battle today is going to be with the, can you guess? Have I mentioned it already? Again, the white cement Jordan 3 from the previous year of the official release date in 1988, OG colorway. And this is the Reimagined from like 2023. Air Jordan 3 Summit White, Fire Red and Black. So it's the exact same colorway, but this is the Reimagined release, which means that we're going to have OG with their take on if this shoe was aged and still keeping it OG, which I really like this shoe. This is one of my favorite ones in the collection, but I like this one better now. But this one is a super close contender. You have the visible air unit, Nike Air on the heel. Of course, I will say the leather is super soft and plush. So the leather is better, but this is supposed to be smooth. It is hard. It could be softer. This, you know what? It doesn't have to be tumbled. That is one thing. Maybe they want to keep it like the original, super smooth, but it's not soft by any means. So I don't know if anyone has mentioned that in their unboxing video or noticed it. It's super clean, and it may be a high quality, but it's just not soft. If they had to use the leather on the military black, or even, I think it was the military black and the midnight navy, but especially the military black that had that soft, plush. Oh, I wish I still had that shoe. Super plush leather. It was totally different than this. Yeah, so that's one thing about this. The shoe is clean, but this leather, dag. I guess I just got so excited just to see this shoe in hand. I can't remember if the 2016 was like this smooth. It's almost like hard plastic. Dag. It's still my favorite though, but it doesn't have to be tumbled like this. But comment below, anyone that's watching this, do you have the military black Jordan 4 or the midnight navy? If so, then comment, do you agree with what I'm talking about? Or if you had those shoes. But here's a side-by-side comparison. Keep in mind the Jordan 3 is a half size smaller. And when I get I think I did order a 9.5. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. So here's the difference. You can see the difference in the air unit, the air bubble, and the Summit White versus the Reimagined that has the aged white to sort of give it like a vintage look, so to speak. Well, here's the comparison of the outsole. I like the Jordan 4 outsole better. I like the way the black hits. I like the Nike swoosh. And keep in mind, the Jordan 3 gets a 10 out of 10 as well. So it's just going to come down to, are you a fan of the Jordan 3 versus the Jordan 4? You wouldn't have the Jordan 4 if it wasn't for the Jordan 3, but I'm just saying, when you look at gray to the cream to the black does hit hard. And then you have the gray and the Nike Air. Man, super close. And I remember, you remember when sneakers used to come with the cards? I tried to look for some before I started this video. I don't know where I put my sneaker cards at. They used to come in the box. And I would be like, yo, when I start my collection, I gotta get the 3s, the 4s. Shout out to my friend Jesse. That sort of turned me on to the sneaker numerics. Then I had to learn colorways. And this is all before I got in the game in 2014. Like I remember one of my friends, shout out to Travis, was telling me about grapes and Oreos, and I thought he was just it was like street names they was making up. No, we really got the grape 5s releasing. The Oreo 5s was a thing. But to me, I would just call them black. Oh, the white and red ones, the black and red ones, the orange. No, colorway titles. White cement. So in this versus battle with the newly released Jordan 4 white cement versus the previous release from 2023, the Jordan 3 white cement reimagined. Which one wins? In my opinion, I'm going with the Jordan 4. Although I do like the plush leather of the Jordan 3, but I'm just a Jordan 4 fan over the 3. But I really like this sneaker. But you all choose below. We'll have some fun in the comment section. The tongues are different, obviously. This one having a stitch tag on it, and this one having the embroidered Jumpman. And behind the tongue, the Jordan 3, which is red, and this one, which is black. So you just got more hits of red with this one, even with the eyelids or the eye styes. So you can incorporate your Jordan jerseys and team apparel a little bit better with this sneaker. But yeah, both great heaters. Both are reselling around the same price. But yeah, so if you can't find these in store, you can't catch a restock on Hibbett's, then guess what? StockX, eBay, Flight Club, GOAT. Check out my eBay store, P.oastman. Follow me on Instagram at P.oastman. TikTok at P.oastman sneakers. And yeah, the Jordan 4 white cement, we have more we'll be receiving, and we may do some more comparisons. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you was able to secure your pair if you wanted to. If this was a pass, comment one of the sneakers that you are really maybe saving up for or wanting instead. Like I said, there's so many releasing. We have the Rare Air Jordan 3 this weekend. It will be the Jordan 5 grapes. We'll start seeing more images of it. The Flight Jordan 4. So all of those is coming soon. If you want a Jordan 1, July the 12th, we have the shattered backboard. Then we'll be able to determine if the Jordan 1 is dead or alive. Is it alive or is it dead? The Jordan 4, white cement. Have a blessed day. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate the love and support. This is P. Let's go. Shout out to Trey on the beat. Whoa. We linked up at the gym yesterday. Represent WU. Green and yellow. J Boogie. Whoa.